What's up, everyone? How's it going? Wow, that like dropped out on me. I felt like the music just disappeared.
I went a little too low. I had my fat fingers messed it up. Don't judge me.
Hmm.
Sometimes the
Well done.
fat fingers don't agree with you.
Yeah, man. I've been there.
Sometimes the fat fingers help you out. Sometimes they don't. You know, it's just these Homer Simpson fingers. These Vienna sausages on my hands.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
You know, sometimes you're nut. Sometimes you don't.
Is Almond Joy an acceptable Halloween candy?
Almond Joy is one of my favorite Halloween candies. I literally have already eaten 2 out of the bag we have here at the house. It's my favorite.
Let me just say, if you want to be a boss when you're giving out Halloween candy, don't be a bitch and buy the fun size bag. Give out full size candy bars. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude,
give out the king size. Be a baller. Make that kid's day.
The full size.
Give him the giant candy bar.
The full size house, the ones that were giving out the full sizers, was the one where you would return with like a different mask or something to go get more of the full size ones. And that was like the hot topic.
We go back the second time and be like, what are you? I'm the ugly kid around the corner. What? So,
I'm the kid you usually throw rocks at, but throw that candy at me.
Speaking of candy, have you ever had the Reese's snack cake?
What is the Reese's snack cake? I don't even know what that is.
It's just right here if you could see it.
What is that?
It was delicious.
Two cakes?
Soft baked chocolate cake topped with Reese's peanut butter cream covered in smooth real milk chocolate.
That's just too much. I'm not down with that.
I guess you're like a vanilla wafer type of guy.
I mean, sometimes, but I feel like
you're going to the candy store and be like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any non-Perels in stock? Preferably the vanilla ones that have no flavor."
I want those dots, the dot paper where you try to bite off the dots and you always get paper in your mouth with the dots.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk about Halloween this week because it's around the corner.
It is.
We're going to talk about controversial candies that suck. Some of you like it because you have horrible taste buds and they've probably been burned by cigarette butts.
What?
The candies we're going to talk about. But
is that a thing?
I just don't.
Who got punished that way?
I don't know, man, but I don't understand how some people like certain candies, in particular one, and it does not have all the juices.
Ew.
But some people may say it does. You know, we'll be talking about horrible Halloween candies, all that, but we'll jump right into it. I think if you eat candy corn and you like it, I think you can eat garbage for a living, like, because that is a garbage candy. It is the worst.
Why is it a garbage candy? Why so much hate for candy corn?
The only thing that could be worse than candy corn is a peep made out of candy corn.
So candy corn gets so much hate, and normally I'm on board with that hate. But then if you literally have a bowl of candy corn, like the one we're looking on the screen, I literally will eat I'd say about 5 of them. I'm definitely eating some. So there is some something there.
I'll eat about 5 to remind myself how shitty it is. Like, oh yeah, that's why it's whack with sugar on it.
Yeah, it's like wax candy.
There's a scientific reason why some people say it sucks.
Really?
So, yeah, and I have my source from one of these pages that just like
I love the Godfrey sources.
Then wants to crash your whole fucking computer because it wants to bring up like 8 advertisements.
Your sources are like a pop-up ad when you're using search a lot. That's your source.
Yeah. Mostly the lack of acid, they say, which can make it taste too sickeningly sweet for some people. So no matter which side of the great candy blah blah blah, fuck me. No matter which side of the great candy corn debate you fall on, you've got science on your side. So basically, the acid cuts down the sweetness, and it's something people use in a lot of products to kind of make the flavor move one way or the other, so to speak, in layman's.
It definitely is one of those candies you can't eat too many of, kind of like Warheads or something like that, or like Smarties. I could never eat too many Smarties. Like,
let's just Smarties. I mean, I used to like them when I was a kid because I didn't know any better. But let's just say it's like it's crack for kids. It's just like remember Fun Dip.
Yeah, Fun.
Like, let's give you a stick made out of sugar and dip it in sugar and like
the boy here has discovered Fun Dip and he's addicted to it.
Really?
Yeah.
They still make that?
Yeah,
Circus
they still
peanuts
make
do
it.
suck, Sean.
I wanted to say about
So,
the circus peanuts. Circus peanuts are the equivalent of when the old lady gives you like a little bag of pennies. Like circus peanuts, once you get those, your face drops. You walk away and you throw them on the side of the road.
yeah, or the single guy that gives out like calendars. You know, like let me give you a pocket calendar. What the fuck do I need a pocket calendar for?
I like
Like,
that the houses, especially as a parent, there are houses that when you give out the candy, that they'll give out beer to the parents. I've seen
that's
that.
pretty cool.
I've seen that.
What about beer to the kids?
I mean, if they're 13 and over,
Depending on the neighborhood, right?
depending on the neighborhood.
I had a friend of mine post to Facebook, and this is why I would probably never live in a place where there's a HOA because I'd be getting in a fight with him all the time. He said his HOA said that fucking Ring camera every time. God damn it. I never hooked it up to my Alexa. Why is it there? Oh, I can't stand it. Anyway, Alexa, shut up forever.
Wow.
She understands that command.
Oh, Jesus.
So here's the thing. Unless you were asking to play the latest episode of Taking It Deep, then you can talk loud. But anyway, he puts on there that his HOA says you can't hand out candy to kids. And he's like, what the fuck? And my immediate response was, is this the 1980s? Because remember in the 80s, there was this scare of, oh, check for razor blades, check for drugs in your candy, things in that, and there was like certain places where you could take your candy to get x-rayed to make sure there was nothing in it. Because, there's a few sick freaks out there who probably did it. But it's fucking 2022, goddammit. You're telling me that we're not smart enough yet and we haven't evolved yet to be like, hey, my child, do not put that in your mouth because it may be harmful. Or you wouldn't. If your kid goes trick or treating, do you ration out the candy? Because I don't have kids, or do you just let them go fucking buck wild and just like they wake up in a sugar coma the next day with like candy
you gotta
wrappers
ration
over
that
them?
shit out. You gotta ration that shit out. You can't let them go
Right.
buck wild. You're the one who's got to deal with that shit.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Diarrhea.
And I do want to mention one other candy that pisses me off nowadays, and I feel like it was a lot more fun when I was a kid, but this might be the reason why. Pez dispenser. Pez dispensers,
Okay.
I feel like when I was younger were easier to load. Those sons of bitches nowadays trying to load a Pez dispenser is a pain in the ass, and the kids aren't going to do it, and the parents got to do it. Fuck a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, so I want to rag on candy corn a little bit more. Candy corn is just it's like wax with sugar on it. Like there's people that can eat a whole bag, and I feel like if you eat it, you're a liar and you pretend to like it. I'm sorry. It's extremely divisive. And you have people who claim it's too sweet. That's one of me. And has the texture of coarse wax. So, if you're a freak, maybe you can heat it up and like pour it on your partner's chest and lick it off. I don't know. And then it tastes like a mouthful of chewy, high fructose corn syrup. One site writes, which is very accurate. On the other hand, you do have the liars out there who pretend that they like it because they think it will make people like them.
Oh, what?
Sometimes. Yep, that's right. You guys are lying. No one likes that. You know what? If you want to be a rock and roll star and you want to give out candy at Halloween, give out the candy cigarettes. Let's send a perfect message.
I can't believe they still make those, by the way.
Oh, yeah, man. There's some certain stores that they make them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow.
Uh-huh.
Or give out some classics. Like, what about the lemon heads? Remember those?
Oh, the lemon heads are amazing. I love lemon heads.
Underrated candy, the lemon heads.
Yes.
So, Thrillist has a list of the worst candies. Now, on this list, there's about 22, 24, 22. Now, number 16 was candy corn. Okay. I think it should be higher up on there than that, but okay, Thrillist, whatever. We'll let it pass. Number 22 is wax lips. So, I don't know if have you ever seen them?
Yes.
Where they're those are that's disgusting. Yeah, I don't know how you can eat those, but okay. Now, what number 21 on this list, and you might feel attacked, Mike, is the Almond Joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So fucking.
I'd rather have the mounds. than the almond joy. I
So
like
fucking
coconut.
good.
Coconut's controversial. Some people can't stand coconut.
I love coconut. I can't get
Yeah,
enough coconut in and around my mouth.
yep. We're gonna drop that audio. So this one is always controversial, and I never thought it was that horrible, but I could take it or leave it. Is the Three Musketeers, number 20 on the list? Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers is good. I like a good Three Musketeer.
Yeah, I do too. No homo. So, like I like Three Musketeers behind, but
Only three of them.
all right. This category is kind of a wide sweeping category that they put at number 19, which I thought was interesting because it did pop up in my head and I didn't know how to really categorize it. It was number 19 is hard grandma candy. That's
Oh
right.
well.
That candy dish sitting in the middle of your grandma's house that's ancient, that's from 1970 fucking 8. It could be butterscotch, it could be the root beer candy, it could be the hard licorice candy, but it's gonna be hard and you're gonna eat it anyway because you're a kid, and I did as well. But if you're giving them out right now, or oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. Honorable mention here, this strawberry candy, which was my favorite of the hard candies. You know which one I'm talking about, Mike?
Yeah, I remember the strawberry. And I love the strawberries. And if it was Werther's Originals that they had, I love those ones too. I still love those.
If your grandma had Werther's Originals, she was a classy broad.
That is the realest thing you've said so far. If your grandma or grandfather, if any of your grandparents had Werther's Original, they were classy. They were some classy people.
If they had the knockoff Safeway one, that means they were cheap motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what? This is weird. What's this? Tastes like coffee before. Tastes like recycled coffee, Grandma. Are these homemade? So, number 18, I don't get because I kind of did like these, but sweet tarts. They're I guess
no.
They're. I mean, I kind of like them, but I could see why some people wouldn't.
Sweet tarts. I like how they say trendy candy that looks like medicine.
Yeah. Bootleg gummies. Severed fingers, ghost, or any other shape be damned. It's Haribo or nothing.
Oh yeah, bootleg, because you get all that bootleg candy during Halloween.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't like gummies in general now that I realize what the fuck they're made out of. Unless they're like sour or ultra sweet. Like I feel like gummies are just like it's just like you're eating like man-made shit. Like I don't know. Gummies, I can't do it anymore.
I can.
Can't do it. I bet you can. I'll take fireballs. Some people I'll take my fakes. I knew you would be all about this one. I'll take my fake cinnamon sugar bomb in shot form. Thank you very much. I'd rather do the fireball because real men don't drink fireball whiskey. That was just invented to trick women into drinking actual whiskey that had cinnamon in it. Let's be real about fireball.
Fireball and not warheads, crybabies. In high school, kids would walk around with a backpack full of them, and they would sell them for $0.25 each. And you'd always be super happy if you walked by somebody who had the fireball and the crybabies, and buy a bunch off of them. I remember that.
Yeah. All right. So, I like this one. I should do this. They should give out a whole deli barrel pickles, like instead of giving out candy.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the chat.
I like that one. That's it. People would look at you weird if you did that. I think if you give out,
but there would be some individuals that were super stoked.
Yeah, it would have to be your kid because you would be like, you know what? I don't think you're mature enough to eat that, son. Let me get that.
Let me get that, dude. How stoked would you be to steal the big pickle off your son? Excuse me. Like, yeah, that's for dad.
Sounds so bad.
Is that another one we need to isolate?
The words just shouldn't be in the same sentence. Yeah, we got to drop that audio.
Excuse me, kid. Give me
Mike
that pickle.
talking about taking a big pickle. So, by the way, the Pez dispenser, I think, is something that also isn't as fun as it used to be because people treat it like collectibles. Like they're like, "Don't take it out the box."
Oh
Don't
yeah,
take it out the box. Like,
because there was
guarantee
a few...
your pet.
God, you guarantee what?
What were you gonna say? There was a few what?
Because there were a few Pez dispensers that became very valuable, and as soon as any kind of collector sees, wow, that one was valuable, I need to hoard the possible next huge valuable one, and then it becomes like a Beanie Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I don't disagree with you there. right?
Right.
And
Thank
you're
you.
right. By the way, the
Appreciate that.
documentary on the rise and fall of Beanie Babies is fascinating if you ever want to watch it.
I've never once in my lifetime said that's what I want to watch.
You'll watch it.
Let's see, the rise and fall of ECW, the rise and fall of Beanie Babies.
They're on. I hate to break the bad news to you. They're on one right after another on A&E.
Probably, son of a bitch.
So, yeah. So here's the thing. So back to these candies. Black licorice is an honorable mention.
Okay.
I'm a fan of it, but some people say it's boring. Some people think the good and the plenty is disgusting. I like it. No, Brad, you didn't miss the cornholing all the way. Candy corn is disgusting. Nobody's really fought me on it, but it's true. It's damn true.
It is, but again, it is something that if it's on the table at a friend's house, you're gonna take a couple. I do not doubt. Like, everybody can talk shit, everybody can say what they want, but if they're on the table at a friend's house, you're gonna take a couple.
So I don't know why they got Tootsie Rolls on the list. He says he likes the flavored ones, but the chocolate one sucks. I have to disagree. All
I
Tootsie
hate
Rolls
Tootsie
are
Roll.
slam dunk.
Tootsie
Really?
Roll literally is that candy that I forget how horrible it is until I grab one, I put it in my mouth, and then as I start chewing, immediately I'm upset with myself over making that horrible decision again.
I'll give you an awful one. Bit O' Honey. You ever have those?
Bit O' Honey?
It's a honey Bit O' Honey is apparently a honey taffy with chunks of almonds in it. Actually, I had to look that up. It tastes like ass. I'm not gonna lie.
These things. Oh, these are the worst. These are just the. I can't even talk with how much the hatred I have for these. Oh,
see, Brad has had
those are the word. They do
4
not
bags of candy corn this week alone.
They're too hard
like,
to
what does
chew.
your shit look like?
They're too hard to chew, but they're not hard enough to. They're the worst. That they just get stuck in your teeth. They're the worst thing ever.
If you want to fuck up the filling you just got from a dentist, bite on these bitches.
Yeah, was that what you told her?
Like they will rip your filling out. Yeah, if I'm stuck on a desert with candy corn, I'll eat sand before I eat fucking candy corn. I'm with you, Alex. Same goes for good and plenty. I'm not with you there. I feel attacked.
I have a weird thing with black licorice. When I was growing up, I hated it. Now I can't get enough of it. I could just house a bag of black licorice.
Me too. Especially good shit, not the cheap shit. You got to get good black licorice. Like Australian black licorice, Finnish black licorice, not fucking Twizzlers black licorice. That's bullshit. All right? Imposter licorice. I put it right up there with yellow mustard. That's another debate. Yeah, fuck candy corn. Alex is so right. Yeah, but 4 bags though, dude. You can eat 4 bags of candy corn before 4 bags of black licorice. Oh my god.
Nobody can eat 4 bags of any kind of candy in one sitting. I don't care who you are. You're puking by the end.
Brad said 4 this week.
Oh, no, come on.
So
you're a lying piece of shit.
So he's saying that's pretty much a goddamn pound of candy corn that his body has had to digest in a week.
Yeah, that's just your body would just give up.
Your life total.
Your body would get so pissed off that you're not giving it real food. What is this shit? I wish candy corn
gum.
I wish candy corn was like real corn and it came out the same way it went in. That'd be nice.
I liked bazooka gum because it used to come with cards and the little comic strips.
You know what
it's on this list.
You know what I didn't like about bazooka gum? It lost its flavor in a fucking heartbeat. That shit lost its flavor so friggin' fast, and then you're just chewing on rubber. And the comics and the little comics that came with it, because you got to read it every single time. They all sucked. There's nothing funny.
Striped fruit with the zebra on it.
Remember what?
That? Striped fruit with the zebra.
Oh, I remember striped fruit. Hell yeah.
That was an underrated gum.
Yes, it was. That was good shit.
Hot tamales were the 80s version of eating ass and candy at the same time. It's just why? I don't know, man. I don't say, let me put some hot tamales in my mouth. I know they don't taste like tamales, but like whatever, it sucks.
Hot tamales are the shit. What are you talking about?
No, they suck.
Hot tamales are amazing. I would take hot tamales over Mike and Ike's any day. What is wrong with you? What is wrong
Mike and
with
Ike's
you?
are fire.
No, hot tamales. Hot
No,
tamales
you could get
are fire.
You could get a hot Mike and Ike's.
Can you?
I think you can. I've had some bad M&M flavors, but how about you ever hear of Sixlets? What the fuck is that? These little round Sixlets. They're like little round candy coated balls that are pretty much exact circumference of a toddler's trachea. What?
That's a very
I've never heard of
precise.
Sixlets, Sixlets. Ill. Yeah. Well, what about malt balls? I mean, people
love
like those. I mean,
those are another one I can't eat too many, but they're really good, and they're light.
You need some milk with that.
I like a light candy. They're a light candy.
Well, listen, we're gonna close this list out with a couple double bubbles on there. Which, yeah, that's some bullshit gum, just like Bazooka.
It is. It's yeah. No, fuck that shit.
Smarties is on there. We talked about that earlier.
Smarties are the worst.
Number 3. Number 2, he said anything that isn't candy, pretzels, pennies, fruit snacks. We get you. You want to participate, but you think candy is cliche. Maybe next year you should dress up as a knight just to make your high horse feel like he gets participating in a group costume. Which is true. Yeah, and you're the kind of person that gives out a toothbrush. Yep, that sounds about right.
If you're anybody who looks at this picture of Smarties and actually goes, "Yum, I want some," F you.
This is pretty accurate. The number 1, I still think is candy corn, but Necco wafers.
What?
Have been those? If you scroll up on that same one, they're like little powdery wafers. If you see them.
Dude, I love these things.
Of course.
Oh, I could eat the whole entire. Yes, dude. I
have been disappointing children since James Polk.
I'm trying to find a good pit. Wait, what? Yes, these are my jam. Oh, if anybody anywhere has these things, I will eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Yeah, well, he likes them, but I think they kind of.
Oh, okay. These I used to let them just sit on my tongue, where you could chew them, and the flavor was good. Oh yeah, dude.
Did your parents give that bullshit when people came to their house for Halloween, Mike?
These are classic. These are amazing. I wish I had some right now.
Big League Chew.
You just made me superior. You just made me so happy bringing this up. That's oh, look at.
I don't know if you see this right here.
Jesus
Sean.
Christ! It's a bucket of Big League Chew.
That's a bucket of Big League Chew.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? By the way, anybody out there that wants to
get that on Amazon.
Anybody that wants to contribute to the show, we're not asking for donations. We're not asking for sponsorship. We're just asking for Nico, however you say it, original candy wafer. I never knew how to say it. Just send me a box of those, and that'll be supporting the show.
He goes to Necco companies in Boston, and we don't even eat it. What about the baked beans candy? Have you seen that? They're supposed to be really hot.
Those are really good. The baked beans candy?
I knew you would like the oddball candies.
Oh yeah. You know what? There was one year that one of the worst candy bars, and I looked at it, I was like, how is that the worst one? It's one of my favorite candy bars, and every time I get one, I get so excited. Is this one, which is it's a blurry picture, but we're gonna use it anyway. This one right here. Do you remember this one, or have you had this one? The Take 5.
The Take 5, I've had it.
Made with chocolate, pretzel, caramel, peanuts, peanut butter. Amazing.
Underrated, but I'm going to tell you one that sucks. Fuck Payday. I'm going to say it right now.
What's wrong with Payday?
That is bullshit. Especially
how is that
too many peanuts in it.
Why don't you like the nuts? It's got the juice.
I don't like the nuts in my mouth. It might be a more beautiful thing than you than anything else, but not this guy.
Dude, I love a good. I mean, it's got the caramel, it's got the nuts. There's nothing wrong with a Payday. That is a beautiful, beautiful bar right there.
How about the chunky bar?
Peanut and caramel. You can't go wrong with that combination. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
All right, I got one for you that's gonna drive people crazy. Mallow Cup.
What is? I can't even remember what that is.
Look it up. Mallo. They are
Oh, these.
chocolate marshmallow puffs.
Oh. No.
You're not a marshmallow guy?
No, do not. This is like sacrilege against the Reese's peanut butter cup. This is the worst. If somebody saw Reese's peanut butter cup and went, "How do we improve that?" and went, "Put marshmallow in it." And somebody slapped him and he didn't listen and he made this. This is the worst thing ever. This is horrible.
By the way,
horrible candy.
Alex says that's what candy corn is misleading about. It tastes nothing like corn and does not have the juice.
Right.
It has no juices.
Right.
It is not a more beautiful thing.
Right.
It is not beautiful. It
right.
is bullshit.
But payday.
You can put a wick
juice.
in candy corn and set it on fire. Like if you have, a thunderstorm and you lose electricity, just grab all your candy corn, smash it together, put a wick in it, and you can probably light it on fire.
What about
your house for days?
And this was one that you would get. This one was like a staple for anybody that played like softball or anything like that. Everybody would get these. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. This wasn't what it was called. Well, there was a lot of generics, and we had the generic one at my candy store, candy stand at softball and little league. But the little bottles with juice in them. It was wax, and you could bite off the lid of it, drink the juice, and then you could chew the wax.
Yeah, I used to see them as a kid. I always wondered what they were. I was like, is that fake?
No, there was actual juice in it. Yeah, you'd bite off the top, you'd drink the juice, and then you'd chew on the wax. It was the most horrible thing, but your parents always got it at the Little League candy stand.
You would chew the wax?
Yeah, because it was wax. You'd bite off the lip of it, you drink it, and then you could chew the wax. Nick L. Nip is what I'm looking at. I don't remember if that's what it was called. But yeah, different colors, and they were supposed to be different flavors. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
apparently nobody remembers that one.
What about peanut chews? It's a Philadelphia thing, but are you a fan of peanut chews?
Peanut chews, I'm always excited to get a peanut chew, but again, it's one of those ones where I eat like one and I'm done. And it's not like one like full one, like just one little bar, because it's just too chewy. The chew part is too chewy. And
I'll give you
I can't
chewy
continue.
candy
It's just too any candy that gets stuck in your teeth and you got to reach in, you got to dislodge it from like the crevice of your teeth. It's just too much work. Just too much work.
Airheads? What about Airheads?
Airheads were always good.
Okay.
Airheads were always good.
Charleston Chew.
See, there you go with the chew again. There you go with the
kinda
chew.
like the Charleston Chew. I think it's an underrated candy,
No,
especially if you can find a strawberry.
Let me go back to Airhead. Airhead was one of those ones again. You could only eat one. Because if you ate more than one, your stomach would get hurt and you'd end up sick. But if I go to the Charleston Chew, because I want to bring
and
this
Mike's
up.
like, oh, I don't feel good. Let me go eat some.
Oh no, I remember this. I wasn't thinking properly. No, fuck a Charleston Chew. This shit was horrible too. This shit was horrible. The Charleston Chew again. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's chocolate again covering like marshmallow. Get your marshmallow out of my candy. Fuck your marshmallow.
I don't like marshmallow by themselves, but with chocolate on it. And
I'm not a marshmallow guy.
I don't know if that's marshmallow. I think that's like a custard maybe. I don't know. Is it marshmallow?
I think it's marshmallow, but the only thing that I like marshmallow in is like Rice Krispie treats or something like that. No, I don't want your marshmallow in my candy, in my chocolate. Get out of here with that.
I don't want your Rice Krispie treats in my marshmallows.
See?
I mean,
Sprees.
So,
what is Sprees? I forget what Sprees is. Spree candy.
It's like a smooth sweet tart. The outside is more of a smooth sweet tart.
No, I can't. I can't do your Spree. I can't do your Spree. You know why?
It's underrated.
You know why I can't do the Spree? Because it literally is that candy again. I can only eat like one or two Sprees before my stomach is like, why are you doing this to me?
I got one that if you lived in a poor area, you've probably bought this candy. Now and Later.
Oh, Now and Later. Now and Laters are good.
Affectionately pronounced as a now and later. No, everybody always skips the end and they're like, now later.
The great thing about
later.
The great thing about Now and Laters, and we were talking about the chew. and it getting stuck in your teeth. Now and later, we're able to figure out the proper ratio, candy chew to the actual gooiness of it, where it didn't get really stuck in your teeth, and it was good. But so everybody has the color that they choose that they want more than any of them. And for me, it was the red. Don't touch my red now and laters. If you touch my red one, we were fighting. You could have any
Red
other
one,
one
huh?
but the red one.
I was the green. I was the apple. Give me a
Yeah?
sour apple.
Green was good,
Sour apple.
but red was my favorite. I would always save one of the reds for last just so I had that last red one, that last flavor in my mouth.
We're gonna cut that audio as well. Last flavor in my mouth. Yeah.
Reese's Cups with potato chips in them. What is that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I haven't tried that. It is a thing.
When did that be? I'm speechless on that. Like, what board
never
meeting?
Knew about that? They're widely available.
Really?
Even my shitty 7-Eleven near where I live has them.
See, I'm like stuttering John.
You're all right over here?
Anybody? I think I'm just flabbergasted by this potato chip Reese's Cup. I'm not a candy guy. I really am not. For the most part, I never ever eat candy. It is very far and few between where I get something like I want candy or I want ice cream. I don't have a real sweet tooth. So you'll almost never see me in the candy aisle of a supermarket unless it's like you said, weird ass candy, like bugs or like super sour or extremely hot. Like it's got to be a gimmick.
Or eating ass.
Or eating ass. What? Sorry, Mom. It's got to be extremely gimmicky of candy. So I wouldn't. But this, I've got to try it, and I want to know what that board meeting was like. Like we've got to change up the Reese's peanut butter cup. Like yes, everybody loves it. Yes, everybody wants it. But what can we do different? And like somebody was
they
just
have Reese's peanut butter cups now with Reese's Pieces in it.
I've seen that. I have not seen the potato chip. Have you had one of these?
I haven't.
We've got to have one now. We've got to have one.
I mean, I would imagine it would taste good.
I think it would because you've got the saltiness of the potato chip.
You know what they should do? They should have surprise limited edition ones. That,
I love Alex. I think I just broke Mike. You did with that one.
Yeah. So they should have ones that have the chips in it, but just to punk people, put in like buffalo flavored chips in some buffalo ranch flavored.
I would. I'd get it.
Yeah. Well, no, they can't tell you. They just got to give you a weird flavor. And
I was thinking, as you were discussing the Halloween thing, like there's so many different takes on candy nowadays where it's like extremely hot or extremely sour. Like they've manipulated candy in such a way where it's all a challenge, and these adults, maybe in their 20s, early 30s, could punk out some kids without injuring them, obviously, but could give them some of this fucked up candy and just ruin a kid's night. That would be messed up.
Yeah. Would it be out of line to hand out the one chip challenge?
It would. It wouldn't. You know why? It would, but it wouldn't. There's kids out there because that's become a viral thing. I would imagine kids at the age of like 10 and older know what that is. And they would get that and be so hyped to have it. Their parents would be pissed off, but that kid would be so hyped to have the one chip challenge. I was at the store the other day and I saw them in the local FYE, which I didn't know that those were still around, for your entertainment at the mall. And they had a big display of the one chip challenge. And I looked at Laura and I went, eh? And she knows what that shit does to me. And she goes, hey, I know what you got to do sometimes for Godfrey show. And she was going to allow me to get it. The thing's like $9 or $12.
Wait a second. Mike, it's your lucky day. I don't know if you see this right here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, this is the one moment where I'm glad we don't have the studio right now. Because if that was in studio, you'd be running into the booth to give me that.
That was Laura who did that. No, I'm just.
Oh, it'd be great if you had collaborated with Laura, and when you pulled that out, she came down with one.
This has been sitting here for a while because I
Oh,
bought this for you, and you said
oh, I
I
would
can't do
do
the
it.
one chip challenge.
I would do it.
I might be stopping over your way on Saturday,
I would
so
do
I
it.
will bring this with me.
Oh, are we gonna have to go live for a special challenge video on
I don't
taking it
know
deep?
if you'll be able to continue the show, and this is vintage. If you notice, it says 2021 on it, so it's aged. Carolina Reaper plus Scorpion Pepper is what's on this.
See, you podcast listeners, the people that listen on audio, if we did do this, this would be a Facebook exclusive video for taking it deep, because you got to have the visual. This is not an audible. Doesn't really relate to audio properly when you do one of these challenges. But
I do love when I see people do this on TikTok and then they fucking fail, and they're like, "Oh."
I do love
this
with
isn't nothing.
I know we
This
kind
isn't
of
nothing.
took a swerve, but the original one chip challenge, they learned that people were just eating regular chips that look like it, and that's why they had to make it where the chip now dyes your mouth blue, because that's how they had to know that. That's why they did that, because everybody on social media was faking people. They were faking people out, and Pacquiao said, "Screw this. We want to know that you're really doing it," and that's why they made the chip dye your mouth blue to show that you're actually eating the real chip. That's why they did it, because they were like, "Fuck you. We want proof that you're eating this." But yeah, I will be. If I did that one evening, I will be up in excruciating pain at about 1 or 2 a.m., hating my life, and at about noon the next day, again in the bathroom, crying, and maybe one of the few times praying to God. Just trying anything to cool off. Maybe sitting on a pineapple sundae. But yeah,
the porcelain god. Ooh.
But yeah,
well, folks.
There's so many things that people could do. I'm sorry. There's so many things that people could do to have fun this year to kind of fake out people. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be one hell of a ride. But listen, folks, we're gonna end it on that.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks. This has been our Halloween special, all about the Halloween candy, because that's what it's really about. Everybody's gonna. Oh, by the way, Mike, have you noticed like these costumes at the those prepackaged ones people are selling? Like they're like costumes like roasting personalities.
Like, yeah, I've seen
there's the anti-vaxxer, the vaxxer, Trump, liberal, all that shit. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Because everybody wants to be pop culture at the party.
I feel like some of those costumes though are a reach in a sense where you really don't. It doesn't really make you think what it's supposed to think. Like when you see, you're like, oh, you're just dressed like a jerk off. What kind of jerk off are you? Well, there's a lot of type of jerk offs. You know,
the one
I don't know.
It's funny that he says no costume discussion, and that's what you're discussing. It's a quick one. But I do want to say the one costume I would like to see, if anybody has the balls.
Who said
to do
that?
this,
Brad? Was that Brad?
No, that was Alex. The one costume I would like to see, if anybody has the balls, and they have to go full on with it, and verbally show that they're this character. I want to see the Kanye costume.
I don't know if I could pull that off. My career ending.
It takes somebody with a lot of cojones, but yeah, I would like to see somebody do the like a lot of people.
One person to do that, I'm just going to recommend no blackface. So just wear a pair of Yeezys, they'll get it. Don't
get it. And I'm telling you, go full out. Either go full or don't go at all.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, yeah, Kanye, man, he is a whole nother story. But all I gotta say, he's learning the hard way. That's for sure. He basically goes, Adidas, I could do whatever. I could say whatever I want. I could say anti-Semitic stuff, and they won't even get rid of me. And then they did. And now they're gonna sell Yeezys without him even being involved. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Right.
But yeah, that's fun. Not really. But yeah, there's all kinds of weird costumes. I'm gonna, we'll see. We'll see. I should go to the Halloween store and see what's left. I think I have an inflatable dinosaur or something like that. Maybe I'll do that. Who knows? But anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening in. You'll see me next week. We might be changing the show time, but we'll put it on the page if we do. But this is the end for today. Be safe and Halloween on Monday. Enjoy yourself. Don't eat any shitty candy. And remember, this is the Godfrey teaching you candy corn is trash and not saying goodbye, just saying take it deep.